I'm so excited to be finally sharing this video with you guys. It is my empties for 2017, and because I have quite a bit of trash basically, I've decided to split this up into two videos. So this is the skincare empties, and then next I'll be posting pretty much empties of everything else. So that includes hair products, beauty, makeup, pretty much everything else besides skincare. Just to kind of let you guys know, this isn't everything I've used up in 2017 because I did think about it, but I did not bring back my trash from England back to Canada. So since coming back to Canada, these are all the products that I have used up. So I hope you enjoyed. Let's get into it. So I actually finally finished these products up to date, so I thought I would share that with you. They were both nose strips. They came in package of 8 each. It was the Ballet charcoal nose strips, which came in this packaging, and the Biore nose strips, deep cleansing pore strips in this one. In terms of both of them, I think they both work fine. I don't really need two different types at the same time. I'd probably be more apt to repurchase the Biore ones because the sheet that the little nose strip comes on is actually like more flexible, and the nose strip has like little tears in it to fit your nose better. So there's like a slit at the top, a slit by the nostril, so it just forms to your face better. So because of that, I would be more apt to repurchase the Biore. Something I'm sure everyone goes through a lot of, I have my cotton rounds. So mostly I buy them from Dollarama, but I did buy some Joe Fresh ones because I was really in a pinch, but the Dollarama ones are cheaper. You can get 100 for $1.25, so I don't feel any need to spend more money than necessary on them. And just so you guys can kind of see, look, this is the Dollarama one. This is the Joe Fresh one. It's not as porous. It doesn't have little holes in it. I actually prefer the Joe Fresh ones for taking off nail polish, but if I'm just using it for a toner, this one's fine. But I wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase the Joe Fresh ones for nail polish removal. I just know that that's what I prefer, so I kind of started using them for that once I had the other ones. Pretty much all of these are from London because they are so cheap there that I brought a bunch back with me when I moved back. So cleansing wipes from Boots. This is just the refreshing cucumber for normal skin. I really like it. It feels nice and refreshing on the face. It doesn't take all my makeup off, but I really like it. My favorite is the Micellar Cleansing Facial for sensitive skin. I find this one didn't bother my eyes. This one's from Superdrug. I really liked it to take off everything. Be Pure Sensitive Micellar Cleansing Wipes. I like it because of the little flap. It makes sure everything stays moist. And then the Cleansing Facial Wipes for sensitive skin. Oh no. These were the ones I like more. But pretty much, honestly, I kind of think all these makeup wipes are pretty much on par. So whatever you pick up, I'm pretty sure they're all the same price at like £1. Maybe some are about like £1.29, but they're all pretty inexpensive and they all get the job done. But I like to do a double cleanser, so I will use facial wipes and then I will go in with a cleanser of some sort to kind of clean my skin, make sure I get all the makeup off. For cleansers, my go-to while I was in London was the Simple Kind to Skin Refreshing Facial Wash Gel. I used up like 2-3 of these and I had enough, so I brought one back, but I really like these. The other cleanser I used up this year was the Clinique Liquid Facial Soap. Mild. I kind of went between this one and that one. I already had this one and just kind of finished it up. I think it was good. For some reason I have the one for dry combination, which is not my skin type. My skin type's oily. I found that it worked well, but I'm kind of testing out a bunch of different skincare at this time, trying to figure out what works best for me. So at the moment, not repurchasing any of these, but the Simple one, if it was available in Canada and kind of in the same price range as it is in the UK, I would definitely repurchase. I enjoyed a lot of things that I tried from that brand. Speaking of Simple, next is toner, and I definitely used up the Simple Kind of Facial Toner. I think I used up like 2 to 3 of these. It was really good to get everything off. I liked it. A toner that was really good for my acne prone skin was the Equate, which is the Walmart brand. The Deep Cleansing Astringent Salicylic Acid Acne Medication for Sensitive Skin. I really like this one. I thought it worked really well to get rid of for acne skin. I loved it. My least favorite toner that I used was the L'Oreal Paris Hydra Total 5 Ultra Fresh Routine. This did absolutely nothing for my skin. Even though I have oily skin, it's dehydrated, but I felt like this toner did absolutely nothing. It was like putting water on my face. this was pointless and such a waste of money. I would definitely not repurchase it. So the next one is the Clinique Clarifying Lotion 3 for combination oily skin. I used this thing up. I also used up, where'd it go? A little mini one. I kind of like to keep these little mini ones for when I'm traveling to put any type of toner in, but I did use up quite a bit of it. This is like my go-to toner. I know it works. It's not going to break me out. It's really good. It's just if my skin's not going too crazy with acne and everything, it works. If my skin has crazy acne, it works. It just works all the time and it's not too much. Whereas the other one I mentioned from Walmart can sometimes be too much if you're not having breakouts, but I do really like that one still. Something else from Walmart I forgot to mention was this cleanser. It is their Blemish Control Apricot Scrub, and I think it's supposed to be like a knockoff of the St. Ives one. But this one, it says it helps prevent blemishes and tightens pores for oily, acne-prone skin. And then, even though it's an exfoliant, on the back it says it can be used twice daily for best results, and I do not recommend that. I started off using it that way, and it was just so harsh on my skin. Like, if you are going to use this, it should just be an exfoliant maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. But even on top of that, it has those like little like seeds in it which can cause micro tears in the skin apparently, and it just seemed too much for my face, so I ended up using it up as a exfoliant for my body, so for like my legs and stuff when I was in the shower, and I really liked it for that purpose. But that was me kind of just trying to find a way to use up a product I purchased. I would definitely not get this again, or the St. Ives. I'm kind of staying away from physical exfoliants and trying to use more chemical ones and something that isn't going to be so harsh or like even rip my skin. For serums, I really liked the Botanics Super Serum Radiant Youth. I just put this like on places where I was worried about wrinkles, like my forehead, corners of my eyes, up my neck. I really liked it, and if I was near Boots, I don't know if I would repurchase this one, but I would like to test out other things in the Botanics range. So I did really like it. So stuff like this, I kind of feel like it's hard to tell if it's working because it's not supposed to change your skin. It's just supposed to kind of like help prevent it from wrinkling and aging and that type of thing. So it's hard to tell if it's working, but I did really like it. It added nice moisture to those areas and they did feel like hydrated. So I really did like it. Another serum I love so much, but it's so expensive, is the Clinique Smart Custom Repair Serum. It looks like this. It's very mirrored, so it's like quite reflective. Anyways, I've used like 2 bottles of this. So I have repurchased it. At this point in time, I'm not repurchasing it because I'm trying out other serums and not things that do what this one did for me. But if those don't work, I would repurchase this. This really helped get rid of my acne scarring. So I have acne again, so it's kind of a battle right now. But previously I had acne like in high school and like beginning of undergrad and had gone away. And there was scarring left over, and I was like, there's nothing that's ever going to get rid of this. And this really helped lighten up my scarring, like helped it go away. So I can't really find out what is in this. I've been trying to find out the ingredients like online and stuff, and I can't figure it out, but I really liked it for that. So I'm trying to find other things that are supposed to claim to do that for your skin because I don't want to repurchase something so expensive. But this really did work, and I was super impressed by it. This seemed to be like the year of the moisturizers for me, which is weird because when I think moisturizing, when I think oily skin, I don't necessarily think moisturizing, but I had quite a few that I finished up. So this one I had for a while in my collection. It was the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. It looks like this. It looks like there's some in, but like I promise you it's empty, and I've been like shaking this up and down for like weeks trying to get the rest of it out, and it just doesn't come. I really like this. This is, because it's a gel, it's really good for oily skin. It still hydrates and everything, but it doesn't make it slick and oily. So I really liked this, and I would definitely repurchase it. From Simple, I used the Clear Skin Balancing Moisturizer with Zinc PCA Goodness. It claims to help control shine. I did not find that to be the case at all. I didn't really love this, and I didn't repurchase it, and I wouldn't repurchase it. So instead of repurchasing that Shine Control Moisturizer, I instead purchased the Boots Tea Tree and Witch Hazel Shine Control Day Moisturizer. And I did really like this one. I found that I started using it in the winter, like maybe February, March. And I found that it was almost too good at what it was doing. Like, yes, it's meant for oily skin, but it was almost to the point where it was drying me out. So I decided to use that in together. I would mix these 2 moisturizers together, and I used the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion Plus because this is for very dry to dry combination skin, and I got this in like a little travel pack, and I tried to use just this on its own, and it was like way too moisturizing for me. Like I looked like an oily mess. So I found that these two together was like such a good combination. So sometimes if you have a moisturizer that's like too moisturizer and one that's like not quite enough, mixing them together can work, because I ended up finishing two products that maybe I normally would have just, if I didn't mix this together, I never would have kept using this product. So it was a good way to use up two things, and my skin really loved it. My like favorite moisturizer of the year was by far the Boots Tea Tree Witch Hazel Night Treatment Gel, and I have two of them with me. I think I probably used up more when I was still in London, but I really love this. I felt like I could feel it working on my skin at night to help get rid of my blemishes, and I absolutely loved it. So not only did it add hydration to my skin, it was moisturizing, but it also was fighting my acne, and I really loved this moisturizer. So if you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. In terms of acne, I finished up the Clinique Acne Solution Clinical Clearing Gel, and even though this has great reviews, I found that when I first started using it, it was absolutely amazing, but by the time I got maybe halfway through, it just wasn't working as good as it used to. And I find that a lot with skincare, that I have to keep changing up my routine, or else my skin gets used to it and then it just stops reacting the way it initially did. So while this was good, I don't know if I would go out and repurchase it as of yet. Maybe once I've tried a few more things, I would go back to it. And I feel that way about all my skincare. I don't use a product more than like 2 bottles worth in a row. So that Boots like nighttime treatment gel, even though I loved it, I used it twice in a row. So I would move on to something else, and then I would come back to it again. And this has salicylic acid, and I found that since my new breakout in acne has started, salicylic acid doesn't work as well as it used to for me. This used to be like my go-to thing to clear my pimples, and it really worked, but I find that just isn't the case anymore. So what I've been using to help with pimples a lot more when it comes to like medicated stuff is benzoyl peroxide. So I have this it's a Life brand Clear Action, but it's a medicated acne gel, and it's a benzoyl peroxide, and I find this is really good for those like deep under the skin. I go here because this is like usually where they are, but those deep under the skin acne, I find this is really helpful for that. So I have 1 bottle here, but I know I've used up like 2 or 3. And then I've also been using a lot of Tea Tree Witch Hazel products to help with acne. I had this spot wand from Boots, and this is like the daytime side, this is the nighttime side, so it's like a little bit thicker. And honestly, at first I loved it, and it's really good for traveling, because I know I have something it works, but it's not like super strong. Like it helps stop more pimples from coming, I feel. And so it's preventative, but I don't know if it really gets away what I currently have. So when I was traveling, this was really good to have with me, because it's small, compact, and you have something for day and night, because I like to use a bit harsher products at night when I'm not going out in the sun. So that was really good for traveling, and I do have another one in backup that I purchased before I left. But my favorite thing when it comes to Tea Tree Witch Hazel, and just for acne in general this year, has been the Boots Tea Tree Witch Hazel Blemish Stick. It looks like this. It's in a stick, and like, I mean, it's rolled up all the way, it's empty, but I absolutely love this, and I like to put it on in the morning before I put on my moisturizer, because I don't find it reacts like weird under primers or foundations or under my makeup at all, whereas like sometimes the salicylic acid or the ones that are more concentrated in spot treatments can kind of ball up or make your foundation or primer ball up, and I find this doesn't do that at all, and I really like it. I'm like just about to finish another one, and I only have 1 more left. But this is like my favorite acne product of the year. My favorite skincare product is probably eye creams. I don't know why, I just absolutely love eye creams. So my favorite eye cream has been the Clinique All About Eyes. I used up the regular one and then one I got in that travel package. And this is just so good. It hydrates the under eye area so well, and not like it really reduced my dark circles, but I just felt like my eyes felt plump and hydrated and refreshed, and I loved using it like on top of my eyelids too, not just underneath my eye, and patting it all the way out, and it just felt so nice and luxurious. So if you really want a moisturizing eye cream, I highly recommend the Clinique All About Eyes. This is definitely my favorite, and I'm probably going to repurchase it very soon. An eye cream I was super excited about this year was the Ole Henriksen Total Truth eye cream, and this has vitamin C in it, and I found this was really good for getting rid of dark circles. And I never found an under eye cream before that actually got rid of dark circles. I just always used concealer or makeup to cover it up, or just kind of let it go. But this actually worked. But I think the thing with vitamin C is over time it loses its potency, and this might not seem like a very big jar, but for an eye cream it is, and it took me so long to get through it, like 7 months, 8 months maybe. So it took me a really long time, and I think I used it once a day because it was just so thick, and I think I only used it in the morning. At first I was using it morning and night, but it was just so thick I only really used it once a day. And I really liked it, and at first it was helping with my dark circles, and then I noticed maybe 2 or 3 months in, my dark circles weren't getting worse, but it was no longer helping them fade. So I really liked it, but it was quite expensive, as most eye creams are, so I don't think I would go out and repurchase it. But if you haven't tried it yet, I suggest getting a sample from Sephora, because even I got the sample first, I just asked someone for a sample, and it ended up lasting me like a really long time. So definitely worth checking out. This eye cream I despised. It is the Body Shop Vitamin E eye cream. It claims that it helps reduce appearance of fine lines, puffiness, and dark circles. It did none of that. And this little tube lasted forever, and I was like, I am going to finish you, but I did not like it. And I used it at night, and I just like, it was not great. I would not repurchase. I would not recommend. And then I have 2 masks with me. They're Life brand masks. This was a hydrating facial sheet mask. I definitely used a lot more masks, but I ended up throwing them out and didn't think to put them in my empties until like very recently. So the hydrating facial sheet mask, it has hyaluronic acid and cognac in it. I don't know. It looks like this one. I really liked it. It was the first sheet mask I ever used, and it was super nice. The other mask I have is the Purifying Peel Off face mask with pomegranate and cucumber. It looks like this. I really love peel off masks just because I feel like you really are getting everything out of your skin, and it feels amazing. And this one was no different. I really liked both of them. I'm thinking of doing a video on a whole bunch of the Life brand, which you can buy at Shoppers, face masks. So if that's something you're interested in, please like this video or comment down below to let me know if you'd like to see that video. So that is it for my empties for skincare for 2017. I hope you liked this video. It was quite a lot. I'm not sure if in 2018 I'm going to wait a whole year to do it, or maybe do it at 6-month intervals. So let me know how you would like to see my empties going forward. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye!